The Jim and Terry Show coming to you from the Bunker and Bob Cajun. I'm one of your retired guy hosts, Terry, and with me is my other good retired guy.
I used to be a good friend. It used to be a good friend. This is Jim speaking.
This is Jim, the Jim and Terry Show. We are two retired guys with a coffee. The coffee's mostly gone. Mine's cold. But we still have conversations because we would have been at a coffee shop having a mug or two and gone up and got some... What would you have got if you ordered from Tim Hortons?
I can't stand the place, though.
You can't stand the place, so you would
not really.
So you and I wouldn't have been going to Tim Hortons.
No,
these
we
days.
might have been going to Tim Hortons. It would have been a coffee, and if we went early enough, it would have been something with an egg in it and some sausage, maybe, something like that. I'm not
like a farmer's breakfast or something
I'm
like
not
that.
a sweet tooth person.
No, so you don't go for that. I do. I like I have a plain bagel toasted with cream cheese. That's one of my go-tos.
That would where I would go
with my
to.
coffee.
I'd probably go to an everything bagel with cream cheese.
I don't like all the stuff that they put on top. Plain
but
bagel
I'm saying,
toast.
It's not a place I go frequently.
No.
I don't understand the infatuation.
It's taking me back to the days of Tim Hortons, number 7 for defense of the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
So it's as Canadian as apple as
and
apple
now
pie.
it's probably owned by.
It's an American consortium that owns it now.
Is it?
Yep. So here we go. We've sold off number 7.
Yeah, and I think it went downhill. My personal opinion. Now there's a lot of controversy because they're not hiring enough white people. So that's a controversial.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
I call this reverse discrimination.
Yeah, it was funny because I was listening to a guy on a discussion about a restaurant owner who can't find. He opened a Mexican restaurant, and he couldn't find anybody that could cook Mexican food. So what he did is he took advantage of one of the laws that Canada has, and he brought in Mexican chefs.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, the federal government apparently changed that law, and he can't find anybody to work for him. And he pays $22 an hour plus benefits, dental, health,
Wow.
plus that. And people were all bitching about, well, why can't you just why aren't you using white people in that? I said, didn't you hear the beginning of the story? Because he couldn't find anybody that could cook Mexican.
Yeah.
He tried, but they were losing customers. People said it's crap, sent in their food back. So he hired Mexican waiters who were extremely happy. They were making good money. For them, they were making good money. And everybody had to get it on this other thing. And I thought, you're missing the whole point on this. A lot of the paranoias we have, we got to stop and listen. The guy told you already, if there was a Canadian chef that could do Mexican, he hadn't found it yet. That's
right.
all. I'm sure there is one out there, but he might live in BC or
It'll take a while to find the position.
A while to find. I know someone. I think Jacques could probably. He opened a Mexican restaurant. So the point being is, it wasn't racism. It was he wasn't the waiters and everybody else weren't all Mexican, but the chefs had to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we have to listen.
Well, there is this notion still going on. It's in the United States. It's in the Turning Point USA. It's in the Project 2025 of white male victimization. Or, to phrase it the other side of the same coin, it's anti-DEI, anti-woke stuff is still a rage trigger for some people.
Well, I know 25 years ago it was very evident that there was. I mean, I know people that try to get a job and they were told right to their face, you're white, you're not going to get this job. And they were all government jobs. They were all going to go to immigrants and different people or people of color. And so that actually, I can see why
you were told that, or you knew that?
No, I know people personally who were told that. People very close
As
to
in
me.
More than one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know close to me where the people said to them right to their face, you're not going to get the job, you're white. And because they had their quotas, whatever they had to do, you're not going to get the job. Didn't matter if you were better or good or not. I guess there's a whole argument in that, but told to them face. I read an article back 25 years ago for police hiring, and they said right in the ad, white people need not apply. So it was, I think they were looking for maybe gays or different people like this to fit
Well, it
certain...
depends on where the precinct was that was doing the hiring. Well, I'm just talking about representing a community. So if the police are hiring for a community, you should be representing the community in which you're going to be.
So would there not have been a better way to maybe frame that ad for Police Wanted?
Yeah, I would
like
think so.
saying this is for a specific neighborhood.
Right.
If you are of this, it would be favorable for you.
Right.
If you were Chinese, not what would you
Right.
call it, Asian?
Yeah,
If you
just a
were
visible
Asian.
minority.
I just think there would have been a better way to word it, and they might have used the word Caucasian. If you're Caucasian, need not apply. But it was offensive to me at
Yeah.
the time. And you make a lot of sense. That I just think if you're right on that, and you probably are, that there would have been a better way to phrase it.
Probably. And that's where offense and anger starts to manifest because people start repeating these narratives on woke DEI and get angry when they hear those. Those are like the dog whistles for the extreme right, which then goes and swings over to the convoy type of talk, which is, I'm white and I'm being persecuted. I'm not sure that you are. It's more like entitled, and we're trying to level the playing field for others to join us. Yeah, so is it the way? Do you feel that we're still being persecuted? That immigration is still a problem in Canada?
I don't know anymore. Maybe it's just I'm mellowing out myself. But
Trudeau had this big quota of bringing in immigrants and bringing in refugees and making Canada. We were taking a lot of people for a long time.
I don't know if I liked that, but on the other hand, again, that was different times. Yeah, that was during the Syrian war, and you had people. It was for humanitarian reasons. We started taking people in, and I don't know if there's anything wrong with being a humanitarian. But again, a different time, so it's hard for someone in Diefenbaker's day to have a complaint on Trudeau's time when you got a different world, a different situation. And again, I reflect back to what we have now here in Canada. We have a situation where 70+% of Canadians view the United States as the danger to Canada, not the brother to Canada anymore. So now you have a prime minister who is a prime minister who's got to deal with this whole new world. And so I think we all have to, and I guess it comes with age, but we all have to cut people some slack. Going back to that ad about white people need not apply, the guy putting the ad out was probably thinking, I don't want to waste a guy's time when we're looking for someone who's Asian or we're looking for someone who's black. I don't want to waste that guy's time. He can go try to apply somewhere else at a division. And I think you were right. If I remember right, it was a division looking, I don't know. But you get my point. Times a change.
Let's tie this back into we don't trust the United States and go back into Iran. Part of the not trusting the United States, which was where we were starting with, I don't know how we got into racism and discrimination.
No idea, yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to Iran and talk about the United States not being trusted. Number one, the United States and Israel started this war and then asked for help from NATO, which you said, Trump said it was what kind of a...
Oh, a paper tiger?
Yeah, NATO's a paper tiger, and then his offer to have them come into the war was
I don't know what they
a
say.
test.
Oh, a test. Yeah, that's just disgusting. The idea, I think the real reason United States went to war is because I think they were played by Israel, by Netanyahu. And, I'm a supporter of Israel, but I don't like what they've been doing.
You're a supporter of Israel because your faith,
My faith,
is built upon Judaism.
Yeah. So anyways, that's the cut. That's, you're right on that. But I think it was Netanyahu on the phone to Trump and just pumped his ego up saying, we're going to go in. It would be way better if the greatest president on the face of the earth who's ever been actually took credit for it.
And we'll send you a gold statue for your library.
Israel just spends $2 billion a day of America's money annihilating their enemy. I think that's why they went to war, and Trump could only see, in my opinion, the accolades. Look how great you are. You eliminated that great evil beast.
Yeah, the Ayatollah and the Iraqi Republican Guard or whatever, the IRGS or ISRG, whatever that's called.
But without planning anything.
Without planning it. Terrorism is bad. It's evil. He wants to take Iran, which has 44 years, 47 years of terrorism history. Yeah, let's do something maybe about it. But didn't we have an agreement with Obama to
Well, that's a
control
whole other
things?
story, isn't it? And apparently
Another story.
that was a good way to contain this.
Obama.
Yeah.
Trump hates
what
him.
Trump wants on the 15 plan coming back is basically the Obama plan.
There you go. Jim and Terry Show. It is complicated. Our one lesson in life.
If I had with my